What is up, guys? Here with Clockwork and Gamer XP, and we're going to be going over Dual Universe. So this game's awesome. It's hard at first, so you'll be starting here, and then you'll be seeing all this. But I'm not going to go over exactly what you have to do. You're just going to do it on your own. There's so much to go through that it's ridiculous. So you'll start here, go through your tutorial, take your time. It'll probably take 2 hours, honestly. It'll make you do a bunch of stuff. And yeah, it's a little much at first, and you'll probably be even more lost after you do it. But just take your time. You know, don't start it if you have to go to work in like 30 minutes. Don't do that, because it's way too much. So my advice is just do it, and it'll teach you a bunch of stuff, like why we're here, how these units work, how the mining, how everything works. And if you're watching this, then obviously you know a little bit about games. Just do the tutorial. You're not going to figure it out by yourself, or you'll be on YouTube watching me or watching somebody else forever trying to learn it. But I will go over a couple things. So your talents is, you know, your player skill, like how you level up. And I'll just go over it. So right away, it's kind of like Eve. You want to queue up your talents, and you get better rating, more points, and it'll always run even when you're not playing. So you can queue up 10 days, you can queue up a year, it doesn't matter. And then let's say you get back in the game and you're like, all right, well, I want to look at something else. You can cancel all this and then redo it, but you're accumulating it if you don't get to play again, you know, for a while. So that's one thing. And I'm not going to tell you what to get because I'm still learning. Like, this isn't going to be a normal Let's Play because I'm not going to start over. I'm just kind of showing you what it is. There's, like, these are surrogates. You can jump in these and go to, like, a robot somewhere else, and you can see what the world has to offer. These are teleports, you know, or resurrections, or, no, these are teleports. Goes over certain things. You'll figure it out. Alright, but I'm just going to get back to where we were doing. Alright, so kind of blah blah blah, yada yada. So then you'll get here, and then you'll pick between this speeder or that speeder. So this is your starter vehicle. Just make sure you get the blueprint from it. Doesn't matter which one you pick, it really doesn't. Whatever you prefer, and you get the parts out of it. So then you'll exit. Now the first thing don't do is spawn your blueprint. So do not spawn your hovercraft. Just wait. Because it's going to tell you to go over here and go into the marketplace, learn how to sell stuff or whatever. I'll just glide over here. You'll go in here, and then it'll tell you how to sell and buy stuff, and it's all player oriented. And you know, you can type in, you know, iron, and then you can get iron blocks, they call honeycombs, to build, and they call them voxels, and it's weird, but they're blocks. It's to build your ship. And you can buy them, you can sell them, you can make them, have a whole industry, blah blah blah, yada yada. You can figure it out. Alright, but it's going to teach you all that stuff. But then you can do more tutorials. Now if you first play, just do the tutorials. Now some of them aren't even online because this is still beta, but the ones that you can do, they're helpful. They give you ideas, and then it kind of gives you free mechanics to play with, and then you get money and you get points. So just do them, and after you do that, so now you're really confused after 2 hours of playing or however long it takes you, then it'll say, go to Sanctuary, the moon. You can take a shuttle there. And I gotta find it. There it is. And there's some really cool ships. So this is a hauler. You can tell by all the wings and all that. So, yep, big cargo container. So it's like Empyrean Galactic, Space Engineers, and Evo, Starship Evo combined. So you have like Space Engineers, like where you have to break the atmosphere and stuff. There's some mechanics like that. And then like Galactic Civilization, where you don't really need to worry about your placement as much. Like you don't have to pipe or anything. Pretty easy building. And then like Starship Evo with like linking your stuff like together. It's just pretty much dragging a line. Alright, carrying on. So then do not deploy your blueprint. Go to the Sanctuary. You'll come over here to this cargo unit or carrier. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. You can watch the scene, but sometimes when you watch it, the loading goes crazy. So it's going to tell you to come here, but you can come here whenever. Alright, so now we're on Sanctuary. So this moon, or yeah, it's a moon. So you start on Alioth, that's where you start, and then you'll go to the Sanctuary Moon. So in the Sanctuary Moon, you can only claim one territory. And that's where we're at. So all these hexes, so the red means it's already claimed. So you wanna claim your territory as close to a marketplace as you can. And I was kinda like, oh, I wanna be kinda a little bit out. But really, I couldn't get much closer anyway, so mine is over here. So the closer you are to the marketplace, the less fuel you use, less time to sell stuff or meet people or whatever. Alright, I won't get into the mechanics too much. Alright, so you come over here, and you can do the tutorials over here too. Then it's going to be like, alright, deploy your, deal or go claim a thing. And before you do that, like, I would suggest going over to the store and just looking at the ships and, really immerse yourself in it, really see what you can do. Like this guy, this is cool. Now he burnt up a little bit. So you can burn up in atmosphere if you're going too fast or combat or whatever. So let's see a normal speeder. So you get a speeder, and then you can make it better. You make it a ship. You can just add on to it. So this is mine. There's a normal speeder. I added some wings. And these are space engines, space tank, and then I added some more thrust to get out of the atmosphere. It's okay, but it does what it does. So to deploy a blueprint, so if you have all your building equipment, like your engines and everything, and you have a blueprint, you just double click that blueprint, and then you'd be able to place it. But I don't have this stuff on me, so it's not going to work. So we don't want that. Alright, because it's already placed. So now, if you right click, you can do ground where you're hovering, or you go to fly. So flying, you'll go faster. So I have flying, so I'm going to keep it on flying. Now you don't have to do that every time, I'm just showing you. So let's go to where I'm at. Oh geez. Alright, let's take off a little bit. Now hitting the X key will show you where you'll land if you run out of gas. Let me mark set destination. Alright. So I like going up in the air and then just letting my wings do their thing. So let's say you're gonna hover to, so like right away you'll have your hovercraft and you'll be like, all right, well here's one that's empty. You can set destination. You just click on it, set destination, you go to it. So let's act like we're doing that. Now this game is really involved. You really don't even have to get off this planet. I mean, everybody would say get off as quick as you can and go mine. I haven't mined at all. All I've done was like pick up resources on the surface, and I haven't bought any industry units. Now it's a slow way to do it, but I wanted to be I wanted to do it myself, to not rely on the market, to know how to play where I'm not relying on spending money. I'm weird about that in games. If I can rely on just tier 1 ore and basic stuff and make money, I'm gonna do that. So you'll see like other people's stuff, and you can go check them out and stuff. That's what I did. I just looked at what people were doing, and you know, nobody can fight on Sanctuary. It's all PvE, but there is no E. It's just everything is friendly, safe. So I just go check out designs and see what people are doing, how they're doing it. And this is close, like, this is close to the market. Like, imagine if I was out here. Oh, I missed. Cut off the engines, hit my brakes, control is brake. And this flew right over us. Oh, buddy. That wasn't bad. Oh. Alright, so this is my box. So as you can see, we got a little bit of the industry going on here. But right when you get to a tile, you'll be out in the middle of nowhere, nothing like that. And you'll see all these little rocks. And that's the stuff you pick up for your resources. And they'll tell you to put down this unit. This is the territory unit. And you put that down. So you're claiming. So once you put that down, you're claiming this hex. So this is all mine. Nobody can build on it. Nobody can mine on it. Nothing. This is all mine. Mine. So then it'll ask you if you're like familiar with Empyrean. They'll tell you to put down a core. Now they give you the tiniest core. Now when you go to place it, I was silly and I placed it right on the ground. Like, yeah, place it. And I did. But if you notice, I went underground because it goes all the way around that. So that's the only way I can build. So I had to dig down off the ground to do that. And I could only go so high. And you can see it fills up quick. So then I was having trouble, nobody was telling me how to expand or how to make it bigger. So then I YouTubed and researched, so you got to build another static core. So I built the smallest because it's cheap as I'm expanding. Also, when I put this, I was smarter. So I got it to the ground and then I raised it up. So if you hold T, you can raise it up. And it's just being weird. Okay. So I raised it up to match this and just get maximum height. And then I placed it. But then you can move it once you place it. You can move it wherever you want. Alright, so then I ran into the other issue. By doing that, so now I have two different manufacturers. So I can't link this big behemoth assembler to my other factory because it's on a different build group. So that kind of sucks. So now I have to make a bigger core. I need to make a bigger one of that so I can have all these factory units. Now if you look up YouTube like industry, you'll see some of the builds that are just insane. So that's just some things to keep in mind. I mean, right away you're going to have to use the small one. Alright, so now you'll have nothing or whatever, but the first thing you're going to want to get is container, a small container. You want to get 2 of them, and then get a refiner so you can make iron and all this other stuff, and it'll automate it. So then that will produce and then come out pure iron, pure aluminum, whatever you're making, and that'll help you process it. And with talents and skills, you can make it better, your outputs, your inputs better, yada yada time. Alright, and then I think to build those you need an assembler. So you have a nano pack, so you can craft stuff in your backpack. That's a nano crafter or whatever. So if I go refiner, so I can't even do that, I don't think. So I think I can only build that with the assembly line medium. Alright, so how do I do assembly? So I need an assembly line small. So this is where it gets crazy. So in order to get that, you either buy it, which I suggest just buy that, because that's what's going to help you. Buy that, a refinery. Now play the market. You can buy one for like 1,700. I mean 17,000, not 50, 60. And buy one of these, assembly line medium. Because in order to do this just from the backpack, it takes forever. If I can spell correctly. Assembly. So I think I would have to start with this. Production. So it's saying that, but I think I can build that out of my, yeah. Okay, so you can build, so out of my backpack, you can build a small. So you'd have to build a small. Then, and you'd have to craft all these. Then you'd have to build a medium out of that small. Then you would get so you would have to build a small. That'd be the first thing you would build if you don't buy this and that. You have to build this one out of your backpack. To build this, to build the rest of your industry. But that's a lot of research and stuff to do. Or you just buy a refinery, buy or assemble medium, and then you can go from there. Now I know that's a lot because it was a lot on me. So that's about it for this video. And then now you guys are all caught up of how things work. And the next episode I'll just be continuing what I've been doing, and which is getting my factory up and running, and then we'll go to space. Alright guys, have a good day. See ya.